All right, hey everyone, Zach Schieffer here, and I want to share with you the ultimate guide to optimizing your email designs for maximum conversions. So this is the exact step-by-step framework that I give my own team that's helped dozens of e-commerce brands add on average 20 to 50% to their monthly profit. It can absolutely help you do the same. So make sure to stick around until the end because we're going to be going over some of the top designs that we've pulled out from the space from some of the biggest brands that are absolutely crushing it right now. All right, so getting into it, we want to go over things like the hero image, offer, and CTA. We want to go over links. We want to go over GIFs. We want to go over cutting out images and cutting out the background from them, as well as integrating these images into your emails. We want to talk about social media icons. We also want to talk about the column layout that you need to be using, as well as integrating simplicity, as well as at the end, as I said, some great email designs that you definitely should take inspiration from. All right, so getting into it, number one here, hero image, offer, and CTA all being within the first fold of the email. Very, very crucial here. First fold is basically that part of the email that the readers of the email see without having to scroll down. So, you open the email on your phone and boom, there it is. As you can see here, most of the time, we're going to want to make our email have the header. We want the subheader as well as the CTA very clearly in that first part of the email. So in this email is a great example. There's 10% off your first order. It's very clear exactly what you get without having to scroll down. And you don't have to do this for every single email, but at least 80% of your emails, you really want to have this structure just so it's really optimized for conversions. You really don't want to let them click off before them knowing about what your offer is, especially if there's a discount in there. All right, so next up, you really don't want to have too many links in your header. You really want to focus your email on one CTA and drive everybody to one single place. So in the case of this email here, it says 2 free travel sizes whenever you spend $70. You want to take them to that one single place, wherever that landing page is, where this goes to. You don't want people going off to this link. You don't want them going off to that link. You don't want them, scrolling all around the site. You really want to center it around what your main offer is. If they want to, then, after they see the main offer, then go off to bestsellers or whatever it is and add stuff to their product, to their cart, they can, but you really want to maximize conversions, as I said, by just directing them to one single place. This is something that we've split tested and really have seen the best results where you have all your main CTAs going to one single spot. All right, so next up, we always like to include GIFs whenever it makes sense. We don't do this all the time, but it's something that you can create a GIF once and then reuse it across multiple emails. Yeah, it's gonna take some extra time up front and it's not easy to make. However, it's something that we like to do just because it's really going the extra mile for the client as well as for the customer. And it really just overall makes the emails fun and stand out in the inbox. We have really two solid examples right here. Say, for example, like this brand, like they can use this free shipping off domestic orders above $50. They can use that GIF in multiple different emails. However, it probably did take a lot of time to make it at the start. It's something that's just going to be in your inventory to use later down the road. All right, just a quick reminder here, if you're running the marketing for a D2C e-commerce brand and you want help adding 20 to 50% to your monthly profit without relying on agencies that overpromise and underdeliver, make sure to check out our website to get a custom game plan to help you do so. It's 100% free of charge and it's going to be the first link in the description. All right, so we want to make sure to cut out the background in your product images. This is going to really give a clean, sleek look. And again, as I said, it's going the extra mile and really, taking your emails to the next level. Of course, we want this sleek background to really extend throughout the entire email to wrap everything together for congruency. So just a few examples here. We're talking about the product images here. So say, we could just keep, in this case, just the plain white background and we could have that big chunk right there, but we don't want to do that. We want to cut it out. It's going to take, again, extra effort, but there's a lot of ways that you can go ahead and do that. So just kind of an example here, this blue background is going to extend throughout this entire section, which makes it look really nice, very congruent. And same with this chair here. It's something that we cut out from the background and really make it integrate cleanly into the rest of the email. And then there are going to be some images that you really can't just cut out one part of it. You can't just cut out the product photo or whatever it is. It's going to be hard. Like, for example, this image right here, it's not going to be easy just to cut that out. It's a nice image. It's going to be very clean and you just want to integrate it cleanly and sleekly into it. Something that here's kind of an example of this image. We actually added this as a rectangle. This is a blue rectangle up top here. So again, it's keeping that design of, it has a very clean aesthetic offer and sub headline. It's a great way to include an image in the header, and it really kind of pulls everything together and gives it a nice sleek look. And it's, just a little note here, we could move that CTA up and move it up to here if we wanted to. But kind of an example of something we don't want to do is just throwing in an image like this. There's not any products in here that they're actually selling. It's just kind of a random lifestyle image that's just floating in the header. There's a lot of things that we could have done. We could have chosen a lot better of an image and really integrated it a lot more cleanly rather than just putting that image into there with no extra effort. All right, so something we really don't want people doing is scrolling all over social media after getting our email. So that's why we do not include social media icons in the footer. Again, as I said, we really want to optimize for converting to one single page. We want the user to take one single action. So that's why we're selling the click here, really, to that one single action. We don't want people going through TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and all these other places, because they're probably coming from YouTube or coming from Instagram or coming from TikTok or wherever it is, and then signing up on your email list. So we don't want them going back to the wrong places. All right, so in terms of the layout, we really want to use a single column layout rather than a multi-column layout. So not every email has to have this. However, we want to default to this style. This is really going to help each email sell the click and really be like a miniature landing page. It's really going to flow a lot nicer, and it's really something we want to be conscientious of the order of information that the reader is going to see when they view our emails. So, what are they going to read first? What are they going to read second? We want to be, cognizant of that and see that, hey, it's going to be a lot easier on the eyes whenever you have the email just one single column versus two columns or even three columns. So people read in an F pattern, which is why we want people just scrolling down. They're not going to really read this stuff on the right as much. It's just how we are as humans. So we want it to be a single column as much as possible. And then overall, we really want to keep our emails simple. So I'm going to walk through a very simple structure that you can go ahead and integrate into your emails as well as is, or if you want to, you can build off as a baseline. So basically, summarizing kind of what I said before, the first fold is going to be your hero text, your offer, and your subheader, as well as an image and a CTA, something like this, all within the first fold of the email. So you have the discount up there or whatever it is you want to convey. Everything's going to be up here in the first fold without them having to scroll down. And then the body can be very simple. It can be body text, or it could be another image, or it could be text in an image, something very simple here. And then just a final CTA as well as your footer. Overall, this is a really great design. It's something that you can just start with at least, and it really gets the job done, shows exactly what the user needs to do next. And really, it's a great, just overall structure for your email. All right, and finally, we're going to go through a couple great examples of email designs. All these are going to be clean, beautiful, very aesthetic, and really matching what the client is going for. What we like to do is just take what they have on the website and apply that to their emails. So a few key points here, as I said. Optimized hero header, we talked about that, having the CTA offer everything in that first fold. We want it to be easily scannable because nobody's going to be reading every single email, just all the words. Everybody scans things. Everybody has a very short attention span nowadays. We want to sell the user on taking one very clear action. As I said, we want one CTA. We don't want people going to TikTok, then Instagram, then to your category pages, then to your bestsellers. We don't want to do that. We don't want really one link for the entire thing. CTA buttons, we want these to be big and easily readable on mobile. Something I see a lot of times is these brands that they might have a price tag, or they might have a little area of the email that has super tiny font. Nobody can read it on mobile, and it's a huge issue when people are trying to zoom in and they can't. It's a whole big mess, and it looks fine on desktop, but just make sure you're optimizing for mobile, as well as adding in extra information. Really, you want your emails to be short, choppy, and just to the point. So a brand that does this really excellently is called Factor. And as you can see here, they have in the hero header exactly what you're going for. Big, bold text, big CTA, exactly what you're getting, which is 50% off plus 20% off your next month. It's a very simple email, has some simple body text and a product photo, and then it wraps it up with that same exact CTA. Notice how they're not sending people to their Instagram. They're not then sending people to TikTok. They're not sending people to all these different places. It has one single CTA, and it's activate offer, and it is all very congruent. So you want to keep that within your emails. So just going to scroll through here with some other really great examples of exactly what I'm talking about. And again, not all these brands are going to be perfect. And especially like some of these bigger brands, they're not going to be following all these rules because they're not really rules. They're guidelines just to keep in mind. And a lot of these big brands are going to mess these things up, and that's fine. They don't have to have 100% super hyper optimized everything within their retention and marketing. But I recommend you just use these as guidelines and really best practices. And all right, that was it. That was the ultimate guide to optimizing your email designs for maximum conversions. Next video you're going to want to watch is the 8 steps to skyrocket your Ecom email campaigns revenue. And so just go watch that video. And then quick reminder here, if you're running the marketing for an e-commerce brand and you want help adding 20 to 50% to your monthly profit without relying on agencies that overpromise and underdeliver, check out our website to get a custom game plan to help you do so 100% free of charge. It's going to be the first link in the description. And finally, make sure to subscribe if you want to learn more about how to scale your e-com brand's profit. We'll see you in the next one.